Good afternoon, this is Mr. Meyer. In this video, I'm going to introduce some important parts of your child's summative assessment task for Year 5 Science and English. This term in science, we've been studying adaptations that help living organisms survive in particular environments. For example, the fennec fox's large ears help it cool down with the hot North African environment that it lives in. And in English, we've been focusing on writing non-fiction informative texts through learning about their structure, language features, and using appropriate images. This task will involve students researching an animal that lives in the Australian outback and the adaptations the animal has to survive in the environment. Students will use this research to create an information report describing how adaptations help the animal survive. An information report structure will need to be used to present information and will include appropriate images where necessary. Students will be able to choose how they can present their information report, through using Microsoft Word or through using a voice recording function on Microsoft PowerPoint to accompany a slideshow. In this presentation, I'm going to be focusing on how your students can use ICT safely and appropriately. Within students' research, they will be using ICT to find credible sources of information and to find relevant images. Whether it be through using Word or PowerPoint, they will be using ICT when creating their information report to organize their information into the correct format, using tools on the programs to change artistic elements such as color and design, and recording voice on PowerPoint. Within this task, students will need to show that they can apply social and ethical protocols and practice when using ICT, which is a general capability in the Australian curriculum. A way in which they can do this is through recognising intellectual property, or IP. IP is someone's productive ideas that they create, and copyright is automatically applied. Recognition can be given by crediting the creator of their work, such as images, videos, and written sources, by providing a reference. At school, we want students to learn about ethical reasons why we need to recognise other people's work and credit whenever we have taken inspiration from it. By the end of Year 4, students should be able to acknowledge when they use others' digital products and be starting to indicate the source. And by the end of Year 6, students should be identifying the legal obligations for use of digital products and be applying some referencing conventions. As a Year 5 class, we should be in the middle. Throughout the school year, we will be using our previous knowledge of showing the source and then working towards knowing legal obligations and starting to teach referencing conventions. Throughout student schooling, they will continue to develop an awareness of their obligations and the application of these outcomes to out-of-school settings. When including images that they themselves have not created and have been taken from the internet, it is expected that students cite this appropriately. To do this, below the image they must first need to write the name of the creator of the picture, then the website in which it was found. This ensures that proper credit is given to the original owner of the image and that students are acting within their legal obligations. Here are the ICT specific learning objectives for this summative assessment task. These are the goals that your child will aim for in doing this assignment. By the end of this assignment, students will know that content found online is the property of someone else. They will be able to correctly cite images and text and use ICT to organize content to create an information report. They will understand when others' work is used, all people have the legal obligation to recognize and reference the creator. I will be assessing this assignment using a rubric with multiple criteria. Here, I will just be focusing on the criteria surrounding ICT and recognizing intellectual property. For students to achieve at standard, or in other words, at C level, they will need to frequently acknowledge others' work through correctly referencing it, using the name of the author and the website that they have retrieved it from. For students to achieve above standard, ranging from an A to a B, they will need to consistently acknowledge others' work correctly, using a consistent convention. I'll give examples of a convention to use for students in class. They will also need to acknowledge and show recognition of their legal obligations within the information report. To achieve below standard, from an E to a D level, they will only occasionally acknowledge others' work by distinguishing it from their own. Throughout the term, we will be investigating referencing using the RefMe app on the school iPads. This app allows you to easily reference a range of different resources such as books and websites. There are a range of features on this app, but we will be utilizing the scanning barcode feature and the web clicker feature that allows you to easily reference websites. This app will be used as a tool to scaffold and build student knowledge and awareness of intellectual property through running a reference finding activity. Students in class will also be shown how to use the recording function on Microsoft PowerPoint for those that want to present their information report in that format. They will be able to access an instructional video on how this is done. There are many ways that you can support your child at home through this process. Firstly, you can familiarize yourself with the concept of intellectual property with the link provided. Secondly, to help your children get a better grasp of the concept of intellectual property, whenever your child is watching something on YouTube, ask them, "Who is that made by?" If you used it, how might you reference the creator? Thirdly, you can download the same software such as Microsoft Word or PowerPoint through Office 365 for free using your school email address. For this, go to the link provided in the description. You can also download the RefMe app, free, on the App Store. Feel free to contact me with any questions or any concerns about this assignment in the comments below this video. When doing so, please refrain from giving any personally identifiable and sensitive information to protect yourself and your child. I will be moderating these comments and YouTube comment moderation will be turned on. You can contact me through email to give any personal details or specialized questions. If you'd like to call me about anything regarding this assessment, you can reach me on the number on the screen. I look forward to communicating with you soon.